Everybody, and welcome back to another Hof Bergmann Explained video. Today we're just going to go around the farm and demonstrate where you can store all kinds of things here at the main farm. Pretty much, if you can produce it, you can store it here at the farm. And I have to say, every day I am finding more and more places to store things when producing these explained videos. So I thought, let's just do one video where we talk about all of the areas that we can store things here at the main farm. But before that, this video is brought to you by Chris Miller. Thank you for being a farm baron. So I think the best thing to do would be to start here at the farmhouse. And then we will work our way around the farm, kind of in this general direction. So here at the farmhouse, we have the cellar. And we go to the cellar by coming to this side door and hitting R. And now we are in the deep, dark dungeon. And down here, we can store all kinds of things. We can convert apple juice to apple wine. We saw that in the corresponding video. We can store apple wine. 36 barrels of apple wine can be stored down here. In addition, we can also store over here dog food, wood shavings or animal bedding, sacks of potatoes, and wood chip sacks. So that is pretty cool. Down here we can store dog food, wood shavings, potato sacks, wood chips. Now let's head on over here. At the chicken area, we have storage above the chickens. And up here we can store sacks of wheat, barley, wood shavings, rye, or corn. So we hit R, we can store sacks of wheat, barley, wood shavings, rye, corn. And we can make those little sacks with this little gem right here, the bagging master, and we've seen this demonstrated in previous videos. You put your product in there, and then you can enable bag creation, and it will just start producing little bags of stuff. Now, next to our farm shop, we have storage for firewood bags and wood chip bags. And that is important because we have the bakery. And in the bakery, we happen to have our own storage. We also have storage for yeast packets and flour sacks. We are nowhere close to being done. So in yesterday's video, we talked about the loose or bulk storage for hay and straw. So we have our hay loft up here, which we saw a video about yesterday. So we're not really going to go into that. Under the hay loft in our breeding horse area, we have the ability to store animal bedding. 24 packages of animal bedding. Right next to that, we have a trigger to store 87 hay bales above the machine shop. So that is bale storage. Then we have our machine shop in here. And by the way, we have a repair trigger right there. Or we can pick this up and we have a mobile repair trigger in our toolbox. Let's continue on in this circular fashion. We have a dump place where we can store manure. Okay, it's not really a cool storage thing, but it is a place to store stuff, I guess. We're going to talk about this fermenter here in the next video, where we go over all the different ways to make silage here at the main farm. Speaking of silage, we have grass silage hay bale storage, or grass silage bale storage. 54 bales can be stored here. And I should say this is different than maize silage or silphile silage. So this is for grass silage only. Now, while it doesn't work for me, this rack is available, obviously, to store things. And the rack is supposed to be able to go up and down with your center mouse button. You just rotate it, and it's supposed to go up and down. Doesn't work for me. I don't know why it's not working for me. I thought it was related to the fact that I had a chainsaw, and that wasn't working, so I tried to sell a chainsaw, but still, it just isn't working. It might be working for you. It might be broken in this release, and no one really knew about it. But we see it just doesn't happen. But at any rate, in theory, you can raise and lower these racks and then put things on them and get things off of them. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. Up here at the horse area, we have inside of the cow pasture, or the cow barn, we have the ability to store milk powder for our calves, 24 sacks. At the dairy, we have, of course, the ability to store milk. That's all this is a milk storage. Inside the dairy, we have our mayonnaise machine. And at the fridge, we have the ability to store mayonnaise buckets. Coming around to our cheese facility, we have the ability to store cheese and goat cheese loaves here on this particular rack. Right beside the cheese facility, we actually have a kind of a deep chill, a cooling house. In the cooling house, we can store all kinds of things. We can store suckling pigs, goat cheese, milk, eggs, meat, regular cheese, and back to suckling pigs. So we talked about this. This is where we can store bulk loose straw. Well, wait. We'll go over the sheep area here in a moment. We have straw bales. Can be stored right here. 90 square straw bales. We've demonstrated this in our pig video, but this is a silo that we have to use a special overloading wagon to put product into. We have to use the silo hopper to put product into this specialty silo. Over here we have storage for slurry. Enter this, and we can store slurry from the cows as well as from our pigs. Like that. And then we'll get the slurry out. We have a stack of round hay bales right here. 54 round hay bales. We have fuel storage. And then into the pig area. Over here, we have storage for 123 bales. This is for small straw bales. This isn't for big straw bales. These are for small straw bales that we can buy or bale. So if we go to bales here at the shop, we can get small straw bales, and they can be stored right here. Or, of course, if you had a small square baler, you could do that. Over here, we can store 113 large bales in the attic. So whenever you see a ladder just kind of hanging around, you got to think there's probably a reason for it. So that is for bale storage of straw. Now, around here, we have a stairs. We go up the stairs. And inside of here, we have storage for various big bags. So we can store big bags of wheat, barley, oat, seeds, pig food. Then we can store IBC tanks of Reuben TT, that is for making liquid fertilizer. We can store big IBC tanks of liquid fertilizer, whole grain, dried grain, corn, spent grain, IBC tanks of herbicide, rye, big bags of Fert Pro, which is what you use to make liquid fertilizer, big bags of fertilizer, compost, mixing ratio or TMR, lime, back to wheat. Now I misspoke. Reuben TT is for making seeds. I misspoke there. So the way we store that is pretty neat. So we have to bring this down. And then we put our big bag on here. Okay, so we put our big bag on here, and then we hit this button. And we want to make sure that this is set to the active storage mode. So if it says deactivate storage mode, that means it's active. And then once this thing drops, it will automatically go into storage. Are we done? No, we're not. We also have, across the street, another one of those storage silos. So we have to use the silo mixer to store. Now, we placed this, so that doesn't come with the map. We placed all of this stuff for our various how-to videos. Over here at the silo, we have storage in our grain dryer for gas bottles. So we can store 32 gas bottles. Of course, we have our farm silo for just, general crop storage. And then we're going to run over to the sheep pen. It's close enough to the farm to be considered part of the standard farm. And inside of here, we actually have the ability to store bales of wool bales. So we can store 56 wool bales right here. Let's pick it up and toss it over there, and boom, it goes into storage. So guys, that is pretty much a rundown of all of the various storages at the main farm. Heck, I might have even missed another one or two that I haven't found or haven't been told about, or quite frankly, just don't remember. There's also bale storages over at the bull area. There's storages scattered around at various animal areas for sure. So it's best practice, in my opinion, to walk around with the F1 menu up and just take a look here on Hof Bergmann. Let me know what you think of this video, and until next time, happy farming.